Okay, I want to talk through the what is content assignment to help you be successful. There are a few different parts that you'll submit, so I'm going to kind of go overall and then I'll walk through each of the parts. But the goal of this assignment is for you to create you don't need to recreate this graphic, but you're going to use this graphic, all of the key concepts on here. You're going to create your definition of each of the key concepts that incorporates your writing process and how you will use that concept to understand writing and web writing. And you're going to provide an example to showcase your definition of that key concept. So you're going to describe text, context, audience. So we went around the triangle. And then you've got user experience, information architecture, discourse community, and purpose. All of those key concepts need to be defined and they need to have an example for each of them. Okay, so for the overall assignment, you are going to start with brainstorming your writing process so that you can incorporate those elements into your key concepts definition. I'm also going to throw in here, there's no specific format for what this is going to look like at the end. There are also no page requirements, like short or long, because I don't know how adept you all are at incorporating images. Different images and screenshots from the web are going to be various sizes, so they'll take up more length. So I didn't want to give a page length and then have somebody take an entire page for all of their images, and so then they wrote 5 sentences because they have 5 pages worth of images. So I don't have a page requirement for this or a specific format, but I do have recommendations for the text elements. Once you add the image elements, it's going to get significantly longer, so make sure to pay attention to that because it is in there. So you're going to start with brainstorm, which is step 1. I list the questions above. This is going to be very specific to you, very individual, what you've done so far. Then there is the second set that is going above and beyond the notes that you took into you're really creating your own definitions here, and then you're going to start incorporating screenshots. And then step 3 is to revise and integrate, so you put it all together and build out something fairly essay-like or essay adjacent. Highly recommend subheadings because it'll help you with the organization, although that's not required, just recommended. Make sure that you work through all of the steps. Make sure you submit the draft during the first week so that the second week you get feedback from me and your peers. The other thing, and you'll see it in here, there is specific policy if you choose to use Gen AI. So you do not need to use generative AI unless you want to. If you choose to use it, make sure that you carefully read the policy. There are several things that I need submitted if you choose to use it. And I put this in the notes as well, generative AI has completely different key concepts for the rhetorical situation than I use. So if you have different concepts than I do and you don't cite AI, I'm gonna know you used it. So be sure that you follow the instructions and you submit what you need to. There's also a rubric on here. If you have any questions about this assignment or how you're working through it, please let me know. But remember, there is a draft week and then there's a final, so you have a chance to revise it before you submit the final draft for most of the points. That way you can get feedback from me that you'll incorporate into that final draft before final submission. I'll see you online.